a dream and it's all I see. I got my team and it's all I need. I see them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me. See them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me.
I see them hating and it's fine by me. Got a dream and it's all I see. Got my team and it's all I need. See them hating and it's fine by me.
It's fine by me. Yeah, haters know I get a lot of.
Wait,
Hold up.
shit,
Haters know I got a lot of.
Wait.
Hold up.
shit.
Haters mad cause they get nada. Got a lot of dollars, look like I just hit the lotto. Rich, pop my collar, looking like a baller. Take shots like revolver, but the stroke so Arnold Palmer. Don't tell me act right, I be in my bag like I be in the fast life, blow money like a bag pipe. It's all I see. I got my team and it's all I need. I see them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me. See them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me.
I see them hating and it's fine by me. Got a dream and it's all I see. Got my team and it's all I need. See them hating and it's fine by me.
It's fine by me.
Boy, it's only buckets where I'm at, where I'm from. They don't tuck it, they just shoot. Get buckets through the gap. You be sluggish at the bat. I be Kirby Puckett. Sticking House of Moan Brown, stuck it to the mat. Magic fingers, like I'm Stephon Diggs. I don't like my coffee black, I like it Tayshaun Prince. Hold on to the balls, just like Marshawn Lynch. In the whip, you ain't like the.
I got a dream and it's all I see. I got my team and it's all I need. I see them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me. See them hating and it's fine by me. Fine by me.
I see them hating and it's fine by me. Got a dream and it's all I see. Got my team and it's all I need. See them hating and it's fine by me.
It's fine by me.
I can see them hating, but it's all good. Say they hating 'cause I made it, 'cause they never thought I would.
I always knew I'd do it different since the day I started. When I was spitting all my lyrics, all I know is heartache. I need a medic who can feel so empathetic when I'm calling 9099. My list of fucking problems, take out those zeros cause I'm powered by a nine. And my favorite color's Nero, but I'm looking for a star who can shine away the pain that is coming up with this age. As I look back and I say, where did it go, why did I waste it? I grew up listening to music from 10 different genres. It never stopped me going crazy when the volume's up. And I always wanna be somebody who can tell his father I made it pops and I promise I'll look after mother. I'm making money but my money isn't back, and I'm always wondering if it will ever be everlasting. I'm always thinking about the issues of my past. Now my faith is on the edge, somebody go and call the pastor. I gave up weekends cause I need to take a chance. Now I'm working all the time on my music, I gotta act big. If I don't make it then I pray my boy will smash this. I'm looking up for angels cause I want the wings to catch him. And in my past there's a version I barely know, who never thought he falls from the all-time low. But it's not his fault, oh no.
Welcome back, guys. Episode number 153. Couple of things out of the way really quickly. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. Share, that'll help us a lot. We have been growing. We're almost at 200 subscribers, guys. We need your help. Get us to 200, right?
Yo, if we get to 200 subscribers, we might do a little something. But if we get to 500, I'll personally, out of my own money, go buy something, and we're gonna get a giveaway going.
All right, let's get a giveaway going. Get to 500, but help us to get to 200, guys. It'll be a milestone for us. Anyway, guys, our sponsors: Vitality Wellness Center and UFC Gym Largo. But there's a little tiny surprise news, whatever you want to call it. It is official. St. Petersburg is going to get its own UFC gym, and it's going to be right on the intersection of 66th Street and right around 62nd Ave. The second UFC gym within the area. UFC gym is not stopping. It's just going to get bigger and bigger from here. There are plans for different cities nearby. So follow with that. I'm personally involved in this second one. Anyway, again, like, subscribe, all that good jazz.
Yeah, I
And
didn't know you'd put that out there.
Huh?
I didn't know you'd put that out there.
Why not? I am personally involved. So what I want to say, it's worth the while, right? Like, it's not just something that we're saying because there are sponsors and this and that. We're personally getting involved in this. Eddie's been involved in this for a while now, and I'm just jumping in now. But anyway, Vitality Wellness Center and UFC Gym Largo, and now we got one coming in St. Petersburg, Florida. Anyway, guys, what do you got for us today?
We have quite a
You
bit
got
of
any
content.
questions for us today, Mickey?
Oh, we have a couple stuff to talk about.
Okay, give it
We
to us.
have we had the presidential election, which that was a fucking fuck
The
fest.
debate
Shit
you
show?
talking about.
Yeah, that was a fuck fest.
Shit
I don't know
show.
if you guys watched
Yep, the whole thing. Shit
Andrew
show.
Scholes roasting
No.
them. Fucking hilarious. The first like
I think that's the only
Minute
reason
30.
I'd watch it is to watch Andrew roast him.
he does like this Hassan Minhaj style type of show of like what he did already on Netflix, where he just pulls up a little PowerPoint. He's just roasting the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
It's great. It's really good.
So there was a meme that I saw, and that perfectly describes what this debate was. And the meme said there are two old men screaming at each other. One was saying you're fat, and the other one was saying I'm a better golf player. That's literally what the whole fucking debate was.
I sent a little clip here that I'm gonna pull up, and it kind of summed up Biden. Here we go. Oh, we don't have audio. Let me get them some audio here.
To make fundamental changes in civil rights. And
sharp
those civil
back
rights,
then.
by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
He wants to get away with, get rid of the ability of Medicare for the
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I opposed.
making sure that we're able to make every
You could
single
have pronounced that
solitary
sentence if you
person
hate him right now. That's what-
eligible for what I've been able to do.
I thought he was gonna
the,
stutter. No, he got it.
with
And then he-
COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if you will determine the outcome of this election, vote, vote, vote. If you're able to vote early in your state, vote early. If you're able to vote in person, vote in person. Vote whatever way is the best way for you, because he cannot stop you. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
Yeah, like
I knew it
look at
didn't-
that comment. That's by Scarlet Court. Says we all have bad days. Joe's getting my vote. That's actually literally what not Joe's getting my vote thing, but that's exactly what I was thinking. It was like everyone has their bad days. Like that was me today. Mentally, I was dog shit.
Scarlet Court is literally repeating what Gavin Newsom said literally right after the debate. They interviewed him, and literally those were the two words he said. We all have bad
It
days.
scared me a bit though, because everybody was talking about the debate and I wasn't planning on watching it, but I was up so late. I just fuck it. I'll tune in real quick to see what's going on. It was so bad, dude.
It was bad.
That clip where he started stuttering really bad
Yeah.
happened, and I was like, "Oh, we are so fucked."
Yeah, it's bad. And then they made it even worse when his wife at the end. I don't know why would they televise this. At the end, his wife came out, called, and he said, "Oh my God, you did so good. You answered all the questions." Like almost sounded like she's talking to a 2-year-old. And I was like, man, like the Democrats themselves, or CNN themselves, came out and said this was bad.
Yeah.
Like when Democrats themselves are coming out and saying this bad. And what baffles me right now is they don't have another candidate at this point. That the whole DNC
That's exactly what I thought when you said even Democrats. I was
should
like,
have switched
well,
and
maybe
said,
they should have picked someone better.
yeah, right now they should have switched and said, you know what, Biden will donate all of his campaign money to this candidate. We're gonna fucking push, and they would just taken all that money and just push for the new candidate because Trump is winning. He's winning. Even I saw a couple of clips on Instagram. They're trending right now.
He's so entertaining, bro. Like when he brought up the golf, when he said, "I'd whoop your ass at golf."
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
Pretty much.
He said you're fat. Look at you, and he goes, "I bet you I play better golf than you do." Oh, you
That's
talk,
what-
yeah,
Out of nowhere, he
So
brought that shit up.
Joe called him fat.
yeah. Joe called him fat, and Trump was bragging about golf. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That was the whole debate. Like,
He's
That's-
entertaining though.
That's funny as fuck.
That's the
we're
fun
calling
part.
each other fat and saying who's better at golf on the
And they-
presidential debate. That's fucking hilarious.
for
And
one
then his
reason or another.
speech the next day was very good though.
Look how fucking
It was-
stupid
it
we
was-
must look to other
I
countries.
think
God damn.
Biden's speech that he delivered the day after is probably going to go down in the history books. Like that will probably be written about someday within the next 30 years.
What was the speech about?
He came out the next day in a big rally, basically, and he has a teleprompter. He can read, but he came out there. Yeah, he came out there and he was like, "I'm not as young as I used to. You know, I can't think as fast as I used to. I can't debate as good as I used to, but I know how to do this job." And then everybody started cheering and clapping, and
Yeah, but I
was
understand that.
good.
It's like, working with that guy that's very old in your company and he moves really slow and he forgets things and he forgot how to
he's
push
done the job
enter
for
button.
he's done the job for fucking 25 years.
Yeah,
but
it's time to sit down. And here's what bothers me the most. That debate, arguably Trump won the debate, right? But that's not the point. Because if Democrats had literally anyone, they would have literally steamed over Trump. Because when you're having these debates, when Trump comes out and he said a bunch of lies, you know what I mean? When you come out and say a lie or say, you've been letting people in from different countries, illegal immigrants, the other side should have came out and said right away, who are these illegal immigrants? What countries? You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole idea of the debate, putting people on a spot. You know what I mean? So they can't just talk. And what happened was, when Trump was going against Hillary, he literally steamrolled over Hillary, was very funny, this and that, the third. And what they did, they're like, oh, we're gonna put this new rules together. Your mic is gonna be on, it's gonna be off. They thought that that's going to help Biden win the election, and he's not gonna talk, right? And not a single time he even bothered to open his mouth, because they knew Biden is just like right off the gate. He's just not gonna be able to hold on to it. And as I said, man, literally anyone could have won against Trump. Trump said so many fucking lies, but Biden said some lies as well. When they're both coming out and saying economy was the best when I'm the president, that's not necessarily true. We've doubled our deficit in both cases. Doesn't matter for what reason. We ended up doubling these deficits, right?
when I
For
started
XYZ.
thinking about like how competent he is to, be a president, I started thinking like this guy could quite literally believe anything that he's told. His secretary could tell him, "Hey, there's something going on,"
Yeah.
and he'll do it.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really have to do much.
Yep.
It's a scary situation to be in.
And then a lot of things are trending as well. So I guess millennials are not millennials, younger generation, like going back in their Walmart carts and going back to year 2020 when they order something in a Walmart cart, and then there's a button you can click reorder. And when they're reordering, like it was $120 for whatever they purchased in 2020, and then when they're hitting reorder, it's $460 for the same exact items. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are like, what the fuck's going on, right? So anyway, so I thought this is a very interesting article. I see a trend here shifting, and this has to do with inflation, in my opinion, things getting a little more expensive. So let's go over this list, and it fits right in with this presidential election and what's going on in the country, right? So
14 things millennials are no longer buying.
you don't have to read the article. Just go down to number 1, and we'll just skip through it real quick and then see
Big
what you
weddings.
Big
Can't
weddings.
afford it.
Can afford it, right? Can afford it. Keep going down. Business
afford it.
attire. Can afford it. Don't need it. A lot of them
Yeah,
work
don't
from
need
home.
it. Don't need it, but at the same time, can't afford it either.
Can afford it. Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I mean, I guess you would hope that if you're in a job position that you would need to have it, you'd be making enough money to buy it.
yeah. Well, as far as the business attire goes, I've because my work, they're trying to get us go back to work. So I actually went in to look at it as far as to see what the prices are. And the shit that I was buying like 6-7 years ago was $30 shirts, but these are very nice shirts, right? White $30 shirts. Now they're about $35-$40, right? So they have gone in price up, but it's not that much like food or any other things, right? So
But that's the weird thing, though, right? Jay's like, let me ask you, like, of course, you've lived in the U.S. now about 20 years, right? And you've seen the gradual change of pricing of everything.
Yeah,
Right? Because not
of course.
everything was cheaper back then. But has it ever been this big of a jump in front of your eyes?
Never.
No, never, right?
never.
And
So
I'll say the same thing. I mean, I've only been alive 22 years, right? But I'll say the same thing. In my 22 years, I've never seen that drastic jump happen right in front of my eyes like that.
Yeah, no. It's the only big jump that I've ever seen, because back in the day, you all know I used to smoke actual cigarettes, right?
Right.
When Obama came in, he put a tax on cigarettes, so that's when the jump happened, right? In cigarette prices only.
But that was in specific field.
One specific field. And then another thing was right before 2008, gas prices, or right after 2008, gas prices went to about $4, and then they jumped them down to about 2, right? So gas prices and cigarettes, yeah, but nothing else has gone up in price like this. And this is not this is a global phenomenon. It is not just United States, right? The other day I was talking to my teacher from Colombia, and I said, hey, listen, can you do me a real quick search on internet? Find out how much chicken costs in Colombia. She looks up the price of whole chicken, not just chicken breast or whatever. Whole chicken, I think she said, costs about 10,000 pesos.
Mike, you have it all the way over there.
It costs 10,000 pesos per kilogram of chicken, whole chicken, right?
10,000 pesos.
10,000 pesos, that's about $2.50 per kilogram,
Right.
which is 2 pounds, right? Right now, 1 kilogram of chicken is 30,000 pesos. And this is within 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So this is it's a 300% increase just in price. This is a global phenomenon. And if you want to go, and I asked her, I said, what about if you want to go out to the villages and buy that chicken, right? You would think it'd be cheaper. No, that's actually even more expensive, because they're saying this is organic, it's been roaming around, it's clean meat, it's not what you get in the store. That's 50,000 per kilogram, which is $11 a
The
pound.
Woodlands are
Like,
picking up on the trends.
huh?
They're picking up on the trend of
Well,
understanding their stuff is worth more because it's
Correct.
criollo. como
Correct.
que
Yes,
traje.
exactly. Well, not only that, it's just everything. Everything is going up in price globally. Globally, So
Well, what was the next item?
cable television. Yep. That went down from 70 to 40% usage as far as everyone goes, not only millennials.
And it's not even that people don't use it. Like, people still watch TV shows, but they just don't see a need to get it like on
Through
their
cable.
TV.
Like, why would I have to be restricted to a certain hour every once a week to go watch my show when I can just go watch it whenever the fuck I feel like on my
your
phone or whatever? Yeah.
Not only that, why would you want to pay for something that you don't use? You get 90 million channels and you don't fucking use them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot of the
It's just-
channels are just crap.
It is.
Yeah.
They're not that good.
And they're all like, the show's supposed to be 1 hour. Guess what? Shows are not 1 hour. They're about 45 minutes.
41 actually.
41 minutes, yeah, because the 20 minutes of that is fucking commercials.
Yep.
No one wants to
Same
watch
thing
fucking
with the 30
commercials.
was a 30-minute show. Only 21, 22 minutes are an actual show.
Yeah.
The other 8 minutes are commercials.
Yeah, 30% of the time that you're spending is commercials crammed down your throat. I don't want to watch commercials. This is why you have Netflix. This is why you have Hulu. This is why you're paying for the premiums, not to have those fucking advertising bullshit.
It kind of baffles me a little bit sometimes when people pay for like Hulu or something and they still have the ads. It's like it kind of defeats the whole purpose.
It
of
does.
Well, I mean, the original version of Hulu, they always had the ads.
You can still pay.
No, I'm saying the original.
It had to be the original. 'cause
No,
I've
yeah.
had
When I
Hulu
first
for a while.
when I first started using Hulu, there's actually Lynette had an account. It was certain shows and certain movies that you were forced into watching
With ads.
due to the way they had the contract set up.
Yeah.
Now they have that where you can just watch it with or without.
Yeah, it's
you
just
have to
more
pay.
expensive.
Amazon Prime is like that now. Certain you can, certain you
Yeah,
cannot.
Amazon Prime's the same way.
Same thing.
Certain ones you can, certain ones you can't.
I can still tolerate Amazon because they still put out good shit.
Yes,
Well,
they
not
put
only
out
good
actual
shit-
good series themselves. Like I'm watching Oppenheimer right now on there. That's a good movie, man.
The part that I like about any of these advertisers, they'll put the second count on there.
You know how long you're watching it for.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's another cool thing.
It bothers advertising is probably the most hated shit I ever see on TV.
It's very frustrating. I don't like it. I use any type of something that can get rid of ads at all point in time.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
What's next here? We got casual dining.
Yeah, because prices have gone up a lot.
It's
Guys.
expensive to go out and dine.
Yeah,
is.
it's not like I can go spend $10 and go fill my
No,
face.
no. See what bothers me with this? Okay, well, prices have gone up. Casual dining is expensive. Now imagine, not saying that you have a relationship. You and your girl have been going out. You kind of can make this like your own thing. Cook maybe at home, this and that. Make a kind of like a thing out of it, right? But if you're a single guy or a single girl, like you gotta go out, you gotta go pay for things. And as a guy, it's more traditional for you to go and pay for the girl. Like, and if you're dating ladies around, like this shit can be expensive, man. You gotta be making money to do that, right? So where does this leave younger guys, the ones that are 22, 25, 30, that are not making their money yet? You know, where does this leave them? You know what I mean? That's the saddest part of all, right? When tacos when tacos at the taco shop on 66 and 30th, what's that one called? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Casita Taqueria.
Casa Taqueria. Their prices went up from $2. I think they're $4 now per each taco.
It's like $4 or $5 a taco now.
$4 for one little taco.
That's why I don't like that place. Just because it's overpriced and not good enough for what it is.
It was overpriced then. Now it's even more overpriced.
It's
You know
always
what I
been
mean?
overpriced.
Yeah.
Dude, I think like anything over $3 a taco is you're fucking.
It's better be
wild.
fucking laced with gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some
Salt
sprinkles
Bay
or
better
something.
sprinkle some salt on it for
Yeah.
me, you know?
I had some Cuban steak and cheese today. Shit was fire, dude.
Cuban steak and cheese?
Yeah, it's
Like
so
a steak and cheese, like
it's-
a steak and cheese sandwich?
It's their own twist on the Cuban sandwich, but instead it's a Cuban steak and cheese. So it's sandwich, the steak, like just straight steak,
Not even shredded, like an actual steak.
just straight up steak on that
Okay.
bitch. Onions,
Like palomilla steak, right? Like the thin one?
exactly. Yeah, and then onions, and I think that's really pretty much it. They might add something else, but it's fire.
It's a steak sandwich, nigga.
Sure.
Hey, he's talking
And
about
then cheese, and then cheese, of course.
So
Oh, okay.
Emily is right. You know, it's saying just going to Taco Bell, you spend in a check. That's correct. The other day we decided everyone wanted some fried chicken. We ordered 2 buckets from KFC, right? To the family meal, 2 buckets. That was over $100. And almost $160, $170.
KFC?
For
No
2
way.
buckets of
Bro,
fucking KFC.
KFC is expensive as fuck.
It's not just KFC. It's fucking Burger King, bro.
You know what we paid in
It's
DR?
everything.
No,
To
you,
get
you
paid-
Can go, you can go to Publix and you
You
can
know-
get like 10 piece for like 11 or 12 or something like that around
Yeah.
there.
You know what we paid in DR to get it delivered to our house? What they call pica pollo, which is fried chicken, like KFC style, where it's like breaded and everything. With some either fries or plantains on the side. You know how much it was?
Probably like $8.
$4 to $5 it was. And they gave you each plate would bring either fries or fried plantains, and then like 3 to 4 solid pieces of chicken.
But
$4,
that's
$4 or $5.
that's $4 or $5 our money. So when you convert that to Dominican money, so it's times 50, right? So you're looking at 200 Dominican.
60 now, actually,
Damn,
now.
when you put it that way.
Yeah, you're looking at 240 Dominican pesos. For them, is the same shit. Because they used to be probably $1 or $2. Now it's $4, right? So across the board, it's a shit show. All right. So what's the next item?
We've got
Cleaning supplies. I don't know. Like
I don't
this
know
one,
where
I
it's
don't
coming
get.
from. Yeah, I don't understand this one.
I don't get. So what are they using?
Is it
Fucking
dirty?
rosemary
I get
water.
it. I
Fucking
get
being
it.
dirty now?
I get it. Not like being dirty, but
I
I get it. I could see it. Like people not buying cleaning supplies in order to be able to afford other stuff. Like,
Yeah, but you gotta clean.
yeah, but I'm not.
But like
saying
using
some people
things,
may not.
like multi-purposing things. Maybe instead of
Well-
buying towels, using old T-shirts. Like
Yeah.
So
I
buy-
know like Cubans, they don't use fucking mops. They just grab a stick with a T on the end and grab some towel, and that's how they mop. You know, shout out Cubans.
My mom has evolved.
Yeah, she finally uses a mop.
She uses the little mop that has the little rinser
Yeah.
inside a little bucket.
I asked Emily's mom the other day. I said, "Why do you use that? You go through so much trouble of having to like wring that shit out
Squeeze it and
by
shit."
hand and everything. Why not just use a normal mop?" And she goes, "Because that doesn't clean right." I was like, "But what's the difference?
I get her. I know I know exactly.
What's the difference?"
I
She said,
can- I
she
can-
said a normal mop, all it does is drag a bunch of dirt around.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I said, "What's the difference though between that and a normal mop? Like, why does one drag dirt around and one does? Because you're doing essentially the same thing, dipping it in the same bucket of water, wringing it out, and spreading it around." There was no explanation. She just was so certain that it was
To
more
me, in that
efficient.
case, I think it's because what they use absorbs more
Ye-
compared to the mop, which is the strings typically.
Yes,
And it
I
just-
think that too.
Drips all over the place.
You're actually
That's
wrong.
their reasoning.
You're actually wrong. Effectively, a mop has more surface area because of it being rounded, all those small strings, and
Yeah.
effectively cleans better.
Now
I'm
would-
telling you because I clean since for a living, bro. Like
no, I know what you're saying, but like when the mop gets older, I think that's when the fiber is getting a little more loose, where they can grab on more stuff. I can see that. But brand new mop, when you get it first, it's just like having a brand new T-shirt. That shit's not gonna clean anything. You wash that T-shirt for for a couple of years, and then you're using it as an old T-shirt. Because you wouldn't use an old T-shirt, new T-shirt. You would use an old T-shirt or
I don't know.
old
I
stuff,
I
right?
would still say I disagree, just because a mop is literally a device meant to do that.
Yeah, no, I get
You
it.
know what
I
I mean?
get
Like,
I
it's
get it.
literally
I get it.
designed in a fashion
Bro,
to do that.
you can't bend the tree that's already grown. You can't.
No, of course, right? I'm not gonna argue with Emily's mom and tell her you need to use a mop. No, okay, if that's the one she likes
Yeah.
to use, and hey, man, Emily's house is one of the cleanest houses I've ever been in.
It is.
It is literally one of the cleanest houses I've
She's
ever
doing
been
something
in.
right.
So I'll leave her okay. Like,
Yeah.
she's good. But I asked her that one day. Cruises. I don't ever really see young people thinking about cruises. They look at other vacations like flying places and exploring and stuff like that. I look at cruises for people like mostly old people.
Yes.
Mostly
They don't have to
old.
worry about anything. Food is there.
Yeah.
They don't care what kind of food it is, as long as it's food and
don't
they can
know,
eat as
man.
much as they want.
I don't know about y'all, but I like living the old life.
I like cruises.
I like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
old
I
life.
like
I
cruises.
don't.
Everything,
I
the
love
food,
cruises.
Fucking, you can have food service. You can have all types of shit.
I love
You can bring the
cruises.
food over to your cabin.
Cruises
The-
are awesome.
The last cruise we went on, the best parts were when we were off the damn boat where we get to explore everything. That was the best parts for me.
I like cruises. I like being able to just chill out.
I had fun through
Yeah.
in and out, dude.
And the
Everything.
funnest part on the cruise was us playing dominoes and how you were so quiet about dominoes. You never fucking played. He comes to the table, destroys everyone, bro.
I never played
That
any.
was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Alright, what's
Everything,
next?
dude. I mean, even when we weren't in the island, we always had something to do. We were fucking around doing
Yeah.
something else.
But
Oh,
we're
yeah,
a
there's
bunch of
always
young
something to do.
people, you know what I mean? We're a bunch of young people getting together and we're just like, fucking, yeah, let's do this.
What I didn't like about that cruise
can
was
definitely
how
say on-
big the group
I'll
was.
probably never have an experience like that ever again, just because of the group size.
Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't like was the group was I feel like too big, where it's just like you can't coordinate with people.
Someone always gonna turn 60, someone always gonna turn 70, and this is gonna happen no matter you want it or not. You're gonna be invited to these things, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna have their 40th anniversary, 50th anniversary, and this is gonna happen. It's just gonna continue
50
happening.
people.
50 easily, bro. Easily. It's
What's
just gonna
next?
continue happening.
We got diamonds.
Yeah, I think people are shifting more to lab-grown diamonds
A
because it's
lot-
twice
a lot
cheaper.
more people have been saying that diamonds devalue in price, and people have been catching on to that.
Well, yeah, because diamonds back in I think 50s or 70s, De Beers company started putting advertising because they wanted to push diamonds, and they plastered it all over the cities like only real men buy diamonds for their women. That's where the engagement rings came out and all that shit.
I still don't understand the purchase of diamonds and wearing diamonds. I don't understand it. I
Because they
think-
sparkle, bro.
To me, it like for example, in some watches, and I like some rings and some necklaces. I think it looks cool, and it's like a cool aspect. But I don't understand like the big hype around it.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I
It's
was
the
looking
sparkle, bro. It's the sparkle.
at
It's
I was
the
looking
catching of
at
the eye.
Young Chimi's chains, and they're diamond plastered and shit. You know, all VVS, whatever the fuck. What's the point? You're showing off these two big fat chains that don't really do anything.
There's a couple.
I
of
do
things that it's
understand the
doing.
artwork behind it.
Yes,
Like
but
once I've gotten like I started learning a little bit about jewelry because the guy Moses that we always talk about, he was originally a jeweler before he got into watches, just selling jewelry and like making jewelry. He still does custom chains to this day. He made the Secret Juice chain for Paulo Costa. Anyways, I understand the craftsmanship and the art behind it, right? The art behind jewelry of what is watches and jewelry as a whole, because watches is a piece of jewelry. That's what it is.
That I agree with that. And I think for those people that are like that have the money, they can purchase it. Now they're going, okay, so what's there more to it? Now they're putting more idea into art. But I think majority of the cases, there's two things that this demonstrates. Number one, that I got money. Number two, it's sparkly because women like that shit. That's why these dudes usually get this stuff. Otherwise, you wouldn't be fucking doing that.
I don't think
because
it's
it screams I got
I don't
money.
think it's just the sparkly. It's just the big stigma behind it, which is I have money.
Well, yeah,
That's
that's the bottom line, right? Bottom line is I have money. This is why I can afford this shit. It's just showing of status.
Status symbol, yeah.
But at the end of the day, I never could understand that either. You know, girls like, oh, you know, this was the funniest conversation I heard amongst two girls, right? They came in, it's like, oh yeah, my husband bought me this ring, blah blah blah. So one clearly is jealous, right? They walk in, they see the beautiful house, the way it's done, everything is nice, bunch of friends. Walk in, you can clearly tell they don't have this kind of communication. This bitch is jealous. She looks at the ring, goes, oh my God, that's so cute, so small. You know, like throwing shade because hers was bigger. So like amongst women themselves, they're just like, oh, my ring is bigger than yours, so I'm better than you. You know what I mean?
Husband's better than
don't
you.
know.
It's like my daddy's bigger than you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm
My
saying?
ATM
It's so,
better than yours.
Fight
so
your dad.
fucking petty, man. Women themselves perpetuate this shit just as much as guys do. You know what I mean? So, anyway, next.
We got single-use products. This kind of goes with the cleaning stuff.
Yeah, because I've been seeing people use. I think this more for saving the planet stuff. You know, like where
People are becoming a little more
recycle-
conscious.
Yeah, a little more
Big push
conscious.
to that as
Mhm.
well.
Extra electronics. I can see this because we're fucking.
I think
we're
the
so
electronic,
connected.
electronic accessories era, that boom that came of like smartwatch, a smart ring, this thing, that has died down.
Well,
People have started to realize I need my essentials. I'm good with that. Let's keep moving forward.
So I think there's one more thing that's missing is the Apple Ring. Once the Apple Ring comes out, it's gonna be very hard to top it off with the next. And they're already.
Apple-
You
I don't know, but
in
I
a-
think
in a-
What
I
is the
think
Apple
you have
ring?
to look
Oh,
at
it's an Apple
accessories.
ring.
Okay.
It's in a
You gotta
process
look at
of
the
being made.
electronic accessory. Like this thing is showing even wallets, right?
Yeah.
Like that too. Like people are like, oh man, the Ridge wallet, the this wallet, the that wallet, like. And then I'm like, well, I might as well just go back to my old fashioned leather wallet because why do I need to have this or why do I need to spend $200 on that or like it's not necessary.
So
You know?
that way we don't have to go back to this article. I just want to show you guys the article.
Absolutely, we can jump. We
Here.
jump. I like that one.
Elon Musk's Neuralink
Yeah, yeah.
application. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he
Yeah, yeah.
demonstrated the uses that it has, and it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Well, the best. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That as a demonstration of what you can now do.
Here we go. This is the Link app. This is how I control everything. This is the app that they've uploaded onto my computer that lets me control the cursor. This is my devotional that I've been reading all the time, every day. And then this is me playing chess.
So wait a
these
minute.
are-
You're moving the cursor. You're moving the cursor, Nolan, just by thinking about where you want it to go, or is it your eyes?
No, it's just me thinking about wherever I want it to go.
Oh,
He's so
man.
perplexed as
So
well.
you're not
so-
even tracing it with your eyes. You're just looking at it.
Nope, I can move it and I can move the cursor around, whatever I would like to do. I don't have to be staring at it at all. I mean, it's amazing. There's not even words to describe. Yeah, there's not even words to describe
That guy's
how
so
amazing
happy
this tech
right
is.
So what can you show us? That
Pause it.
as
That guy's so happy.
So,
right now.
Go
I was
ahead, go
actually
ahead. I know where
watching.
he's gonna go with this
I was
one.
watching a podcast where he was on with Joe Rogan. So they had him on Joe Rogan, and they were talking about how like him playing video games, and he goes, "Bro, it's aimbot." Like the guy was saying, like I think that they would have to make a separate league for people like me because it would just be unfair to allow me to control a game. You know what I mean? Like,
Put this man on an FPV drone.
bro, that's when you. That's when they. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, right, all these things that we control with our hands and our eyes, just based on hand-eye coordination. Inputting that into a device that's electronic, he's gonna master it
We're
all.
gonna fucking evolve. We're gonna cut our limbs off. We're gonna get robot arms and shit. And fuck it. We're just gonna control everything with our brain.
The only thing
We're
that
only
I'd
gonna use
worry
our-
about that
we're only gonna use our arms
is if they
when we
can
need to actually do something.
if they can fake touch the same way like that we feel it now.
Yeah, well, they're
If
already
they can
doing
give
it.
me an arm that's gonna be strong, fast, and all this stuff, but at the same time, when I touch things, they still feel like when I'm touching them now, right? To still imitate that. That's the only thing that I think would keep me back, right? Because all of the performance stuff and all that stuff sounds amazing, but like not being able to feel things is where I would be like,
Well, Japan already created skin for robots that's self-healing to make it more human-like.
okay.
So I think we're just literally like
But you know what I mean,
5
Jay?
years
Like,
away from
like
that.
brushing your finger on the side of this shoe.
Yeah, I
can
know exactly
feel
what you
all the
mean.
little holes. I can feel the texture. I can feel the friction of exactly the material that it is. I can feel where it's stiffer. I can feel where it's a little softer. Like if I can get that with imitation through some kind of artificial limb, that's when it would be like, all right, I'm down.
what? Look at our phones. Our screens are sensitive, touch sensitive, hard
Yeah,
pressure.
right.
So all they have to do maybe marry this technology with the skin, and now you have what you need.
Maybe.
My mom was having pains, like back pains and neck pains and stuff like that, and she ended up buying this device on Amazon. And it's one of those things that they're kind of like the PEMF machine,
Yeah,
the pulse, and I tried it on
Tense
because
device.
I didn't
It's the
want to
tense
shock
unit.
myself because
Yeah.
I had already put it on her and I put it on the lowest setting. And she's like, "Fuck, fuck, 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 get it off me, get it off me." So I took it off of her and I'm like, "All right, let me dial this thing in real quick." And I put it on my arm, and I put it on the lowest setting, and my whole entire arm was kind of just
Yeah,
twitching,
tense
bro.
device,
It's
yeah.
like,
So that thing I've noticed with a tense unit, you have to realize that certain parts of your body are more sensitive than others.
yeah.
And plus, you have to adjust the hertz according to what kind of an injury you have. Like there's certain hertz, higher or lower,
Well,
it gives you different.
I think it's not the hurt. It's it hurts, right? So in the sense where how fast it's
Yeah,
pulsing.
the fastness or the wave, right? You're adjusting the wave and then the intensity, right? So intensity is what you can handle.
Well,
Ronald,
hertz essentially is like a code word for like refreshes per minute.
yeah. So Ronald, when he puts a tens unit on, he's at 10. He's dialed at 10 on both. That's how much he does it. His body's already used to that, right? So I've used it. I've gotten as far as high up as 5, 6 on some parts of my
I
body, some
noticed
parts 8.
the shoulder area and the neck area is very sensitive.
Yeah.
I've used it before. Like you can put it on your leg or your arm,
Yes.
and you're like, oh, this is low, and then you slap it on your neck, and you're fucking twitching out.
We should
and
have that.
It messes you up even more.
We should have that. Put it on our arms and try to drink a beer.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
smash my teeth on that glass bottle. I'm good.
You're gonna look stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say the word. Say the word.
Nah, don't say it. We're on YouTube. You can't. Okay, go. Did we get everything off then?
So let's see, what else can we not afford?
Hotel and
Oh,
motel
yeah.
stays. Yeah,
Hotel.
hotel and motel stays. So I have this crazy idea that only rich people stay in hotels, and business people stay in hotels. Majority of people do Airbnb, and I think Airbnb kind of killed the hotel business.
It says
For
it there.
average people, right? Is that what it said?
Millennials love temporary housing rentals like Verbo and Airbnb.
Okay, cool.
Next one.
Go now.
Houses.
Houses.
Because
Yep.
we can't afford them.
Can't afford them. You got to rent them.
Keep
Yep.
going. New cars. You can't afford them. They're
Yep.
getting more and more
Same thing,
expensive.
interest rates too high. New clothes. I think this has to do something with, well, clothes in the United States were always cheap in comparison to your earnings. Yes, they have gone in price somewhat.
Big vintage market at the moment.
Yeah,
Is another thing.
because they're
Maybe
buying
that place has a play.
because they're buying Louis Vuitton bags for $1,000 versus 5, 6. You know what I mean? That's why this vintage market is booming, because everybody wants to have a Louis Vuitton bag, right? But
No,
an
Jay,
average
it's
clothing.
the styling. It's the vintage styles what he's talking about, not necessarily because it's like more affordable. Like the vintage look of the clothing, it always comes back and goes away at certain points in time. So like when I look
I
at
get
it,
it. I get it. Those
when I-
pants and the
when I look at it
oversized
like when
shirts
I
or
was in high
undersized
school,
shirts.
it was like there's always gonna be that wave of like the new stuff coming in, and then it dies down and they go to vintage, and then
Yeah.
the new stuff comes in and that like distressed clothing,
Yeah.
like but like to a whole nother level where things were like looking like they were like rats ate through them.
Mhm.
That new wave, and then it went back to freaking like 70s, 80s style clothing, and then I don't know what's gonna do now, but
True.
The skinny jeans gonna come
And
back.
lastly, we have souvenirs.
yeah, we don't need skinny jeans to come back.
Yeah, souvenirs.
Souvenirs,
Yeah, a lot of people. Again, it's just an extra expense that people don't have money for, so they're just kind of skipping by, in my opinion.
Frugal hacks to transform. Oh,
No,
never
that's-
mind.
that's it, done.
That's it.
This is a long article. I put this in there just in case we had time to read. We don't have to go over this.
Look over
Give
just
me
real
the
quick.
summary of it. What's going on?
I didn't read the whole thing. It is a long freaking article.
Well, we can just read the title to these people and at least get an idea of what we're looking at.
So 2.5 million year old lost colony found hidden off the coast of Australia, which is a very rare thing because there's not too many places that we haven't already explored on Earth.
Mhm.
An exciting find that has amazed archaeologists and scientists. Researchers have discovered a large, long-lost colony that was once full of human life hidden under the water of the northern coast of Kimberley, Australia.
Oh, okay, so it's underwater still.
Underwater settlement, which dates back to the late Pleistocene period, about 2.5 million years ago, has provided evidence of its ancient inhabitants and important information about early human migration and the significant efforts of climate change on ancient civilizations. 2.5 million years ago, right? A bridge to the past.
One of the most fascinating aspects of this discovery is the possibility that the submerged landmass may have served as a vital bridge connecting ancient civilization. It's plausible that this land was used as a pathway for migration, says Dr. James Bennett, an environmental historian and contributor to the study. Before Australia became the island we know today, it could have been accessible by foot.
Ah, okay.
Go in there. Can you look up Lucy? How old is Lucy's remains?
We got Ben K in the office today. He
Nice.
flew in.
Okay, so Lucy was 3.1 million years ago. Can you pull up a picture of Lucy?
That's Lucy.
No, well, that's Lucy. Yeah, that's what's left of her. But the actual image, there you go. That's Lucy. That's what they're thinking Lucy looked like. Right? So it's 1 million years after this. Now, go look up how
Lucy had a beard on her.
Yeah, dude. She had a full Manchu, full grown. Now, can you please look up Australopithecus? Australopithecus. How old is Australopithecus?
Australopithecus.
This is Australopithecus, and this is what they're saying. They've gone as far
It's
as
the same thing Lucy is.
no. So they've
That's what
gone.
it says. Lucy, the Australopithecus, right there.
Okay. So Australopithecus is the closest. Like this is down the chain from us humans all the way down the chain. Australopithecus is the closest thing they've found. They don't know what's in between there. So whatever they found is 1 million years after this. So in 2.5 million years, I don't know what. It was definitely not Neanderthals. You know, there had to be something else in between that was, you know, that old. So
Intriguingly, the submerged landmass, although potentially a desert at some point in its history, once boasted an intricate network of freshwater and saltwater lakes, rivers, and even an inland sea. This thriving aquatic environment would have been a lifeline for the estimated 50,000 to 500,000 people believed to have called the submerged realm home. You know, the crazy thing is that I was watching Joe Rogan, and he says that one of the biggest things that's actually a big danger to humans is volcanoes.
yeah.
Inactive volcanoes, because if those do become active,
Mhm.
there are some super volcanoes that could fuck us up.
Yeah, because they
And
create the
have
cloud,
they have
cover the
wiped,
sun, and kills everything.
civilizations multiple times already.
Yeah. Well, the Papillon,
Pompeii.
Pompeii
That was a
of
big
them.
one.
Yeah.
What type of damage did that one do?
Well,
That one hit the whole region.
it hit the whole region, but then more than anything, the ash, the toxic ash, pretty much killed everything in its path.
Let me see how much it destroyed. Destruction of Pompeii.
And that was the ash going that way.
I never watched the movie.
I don't know there was a movie.
Yeah, it's a really good, apparently
Yeah.
a really good movie about it. I never watched
Everyone, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
So this right here is just the fucking fog, the smoke.
The smog, yeah, the toxic ash.
Do you think a lot of the ocean got fucked because of it?
Well, it covers the sun, right? So I'm sure a lot of the
Oh, yeah.
corals and shit died there
That's
because
true.
not having sun.
Damn.
It only takes a couple of days of no sun and corals will die.
Was it here that we were looking at Chernobyl the other day?
Yeah.
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 We looked at Chernobyl, that impacted a big area.
So talking about atomic bombs or any kind of atomic reactor explosion or anything like that, especially with atomic bombs, when atomic bombs explode, it will incinerate and destroy. Like if there was a person standing, the person is literally incinerated. They don't blow up. There's no, you can't find anything, right? But what happens where the person is standing, they cast a shadow onto a wall or onto a floor. But because the atomic explosion is so bright, it brightens everything around. So where the person was standing, it couldn't brighten directly where their shadow falls. It couldn't brighten the ground. So now in Japan, they have these shadow people that are everywhere because the
Look at that.
explosion.
Look that up.
Yeah.
Japan shadow people.
Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's very hard to describe what I'm saying. Yeah, there you go. So open that up. So when it blew up, so that's where the person's shadow was casted on those stairs. When it blew up, everything around got brighter, but except where the shadow was, because the person was in a way. So thus you have the shadow outline on the floor,
kind of like a picture.
kind of like a
old
picture.
camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the old camera photo.
Yeah, because that would just, superimpose that shadow.
I don't know. I don't even know what to look. I'm trying to look for those really old ones that they used to use fire back in the West.
Go up. Go up. Go down a little bit.
Really old, like that.
That right there. See, no, go down. Oh, that right there. That, yeah. That, or go. You had the lady, the very first one you clicked on. Yeah, the one the lady is. See the lady? That you put that cover over their head, so there's no light coming in. If the light came in, the film would be exposed to light. So.
I want to see. I want to see these in action today. I know that people still do use these, and they have to. It's a very intricate process.
Yeah,
for
it's
just
very.
one picture.
And this wasn't like, oh, take another. Can you imagine if this is all we had right now with Instagram girls, like Instagram models, and their boyfriends? You know how many breakups we would have?
This is their boyfriend.
It's like a one and done take, right? Like you can't
This is their boyfriend right here.
Yeah, but this is like one and done take. Like if you're not in a correct pose,
Oh, I
done.
blinked.
Yeah,
Nope, that's
sorry.
how it goes,
We
my
gotta come
friend.
back next week because I gotta obtain the material to do the boom.
Yeah.
All right, baby, spread eagle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ka-chow.
Let's make the best of it.
So we got a new hurricane.
Yeah, there's a new hurricane that's going to right now. I think is making landfall on Puerto Rico.
Do we have any hurricane parties planned?
No, because it's going to Mexico.
Hmm.
Its path is towards Mexico.
For now, you never know.
Yeah, with
You
hurricanes, you never know when they're
Once
gonna
that shit
do-
hits the Gulf.
It might have a vacation
when they
on us.
pull a Fast and Furious drift. You know what I mean?
Dude, talking about drifting. This motherfucker Cam, I have never seen a boat drift before. This motherfucker did a turn at fucking 47 miles an hour.
Oh my god, you no fucking way.
On that little skeet boat. That motherfucker just eating through the water sideways. Crazy, dude.
So we almost didn't have a Miggy that night.
I kind of
That's what I'm
slid a little and then kind of cool. I never
Don't you wish you had a girl with big endowments when
Huh?
it was doing that?
Wait, what about what?
Yeah, the girl on a boat with big endowments when it was doing that.
Oh yeah, no. Unfortunately, we did not have any
There's
of
a bunch
those.
of fucking sausages on there.
No, we just had a bunch of Celsius on the boat that came.
Was it just you and Cam?
So what happened was, I was already playing a game of League, and
I was there.
Yeah.
I heard when you got that call. You're like, yeah, Maximo?
yeah, he called me and he was like, "Yo, Kenny canceled on me. He didn't want to go out. Kind of pussied out on the rain. Can you be out here?" And I'm like, "I'm kind of playing League right now. Well, are you gonna come or not? You got like, how far are you? I'm like 15 minutes. All right, are you coming? Fuck it, I'll go." I had already exited the game.
Was
I
it just
getting
you
ready.
and him?
Yeah, so I pulled up and Kenny had bought chips for us, basically Celsius.
But he didn't
Gatorade.
go?
No, he didn't go. He pussied out. He pulled up to the Rams and he got out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we went out. We caught some tarpon. We started with some redfish. We went to 2 flats, see if we could catch something. But that's the nice thing about having those type of boats. You could be in like a foot of water and those things still are gliding through the top.
Yeah.
How deep does the propeller go down?
You can trim it up.
You can lift it up. So
Well, all of them you can lift it up. In all
Yeah.
boats you can lift it up, but
Yeah, you could.
it's just a
you could trim it. You could just keep it right on top of the water and you're good.
it's just a flat bottom, right? That doesn't really catch.
Yeah.
anything.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's mainly
How big
grassy
is it?
areas. It's not a big one. It's like 18.
yeah,
It's like a bass boat.
Almost, yeah.
I would love me like a 16, 17 footer small
Yeah,
flats
something
boat.
small.
Yeah, I would love.
If the
something like
water
that.
was as nice as that time that when we went out, where it was just glass. It's great
That
to
that's
have a
the
boat like
thing.
that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like in our bay, you got to catch those glass days. The minute you catch a little bit of waves,
In Skyway, those currents get nasty.
Yes, under Skyway.
And with all
can
the
get pretty
traffic
bad.
going on, if you go at night, there's not as much traffic.
Of
You
course.
might find 2-3 people there. Trolling.
yeah, during the day, bro, you hop
We were just
in
looking at
everybody's
these
way.
guys troll around the bridges. They saw that we caught a tarpon. They just moved over to the next piling, but they were just fishing it completely wrong. I think they were just really scaring the fish.
Yeah,
They were chasing the fish. We were doing the same thing. We were looking for the rolls on the waves
Yeah.
under the white lights on the Skyway Bridge. You could see them just rolling. There was no tide. It did get a little bouncy for a little bit, and it was harder to see when they would come up. But you could still see those fuckers. They're like all over the place.
Nice.
I didn't know tarpon swam in packs like that.
Yes, they're pack fish. Yeah.
Yeah. But usually there were two or three feeding. It's kind of cool.
I want to go fishing again. I want to try use the paddle tails on the saltwater. I can't wait to try that.
I think I'm gonna end up getting a little bit more Z-Man stuff, more regular paddle tails. He put on an NLBN, a big 5-inch, 6-inch, whatever the fuck he had, and those things do not work the same.
Yeah.
He would cast that bitch and it would slide off.
Really?
Yeah. Even screwed in.
Yeah.
He fucked up 2 of them. He would cast them, reel them in. He was a fucking LBN, man. Give me the Z-Mans.
Yeah, Z-Man are designed more saltwater because currents and this and that and the drag.
He
in the
likes
water.
the Z-Mans. He says, they might roll off, but they don't roll off like the NLBNs.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's also a bigger paddle tail. Like, I don't think you have that issue with the smaller ones.
For me, I like the NLBNs. I did see that he was having issues with the big ones, but the smaller ones I have never had an issue with. The smaller ones work well, but the bigger ones, they suck. They're really heavy. They're just really, really heavy. They're super, super chunky and thick compared to the other ones.
Okay.
There's no
I mean, I could tell when I went to the bait shop the other day and bought an LBN. I was looking at they have the 5 and 8 inch 5. Bro, those shits are fucking big.
They're thick. But the Z-Mans, they're super stretchy. You could stretch them all the way out here, and they won't snap.
More expensive or less expensive?
They tend to be less expensive.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot more in the package, but they, to me, are a little bit harder to rig up almost.
Really?
Yeah, because the Z-Mans, although you may rig them up, they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to sit perfect.
Do they use the same coil thing as like an LBN?
No, we already have some of the ones that I use for ZWG, but I think I'm going to end up getting some of the jig heads. They have these blank ones, and they're just weights. Okay. I like the way I think they're called headlocks or something like that.
Okay.
But those were the ones that we used, and they were pretty good. Gotcha. I really want to start using more shiny.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
More shiny paddle tails out at the lake. I think that might work better.
Yeah. I want to get another rod. I want to get like either a 2500 something small. Nothing. I don't want to get another big. I wouldn't get something bigger than the one I have right now.
Get the 4000.
I have a 3000. I was thinking to get either another 3000 or another 2500 just to complement having the same ones. I don't see the reason.
Nice.
I don't see the reason of getting a 4,000 or 5,000 for me right now. I don't really need it.
The Shimano. Linked out. Shimano.
Stratic is the only one I know.
Stratic, yeah. Shimano Stratic is so nice, dude.
Yeah, I heard
love that thing.
I'm thinking either go big or go home on my next one. I might just go for a spin fisher.
Stratics are fucking nice though for the price.
Yeah,
they're really good.
I might go for a spin fisher, just cause
you can get the combos, man. They're pretty decent.
What's it called? It says it's freaking IPX sealed. The spin fisher.
I don't know. I don't.
It is, yeah. IPX 5, I think.
You get the combos. Go look up spin fisher combo, spin fisher 7 combo or 6. 7 combo, yeah.
Like $200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, look at that. Damn. Spin fisher, just a reel for $105. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What size is that? We're doing shopping here with the pod. This is funny. What is it?
3,500. So it's perfect. Like 3,000, between 3,000 and 4,000.
Perfect. A $200 reel. Nice.
They look good.
Yeah, it's freaking. They're water sealed, bro. So you don't ever have to worry about that shit getting fucked up.
So what is the pursuit of happiness? The true meaning of the misunderstood phrase.
So it's life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. The credo of United States, basically.
Thomas Jefferson included the pursuit of happiness as an unalienable right in the Declaration of Independence. He wasn't talking about fleeting joy. Here's the true meaning behind the quote. This is just an interpretation, but One of the most famous quotes in American history comes from the Declaration of Independence, which proclaims that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are unalienable rights. These days, the right to pursue happiness is often thought to concern seeking subjective joy, but language is constantly evolving. Back in the 18th century, both pursuit and happiness had secondary definitions, which completely changed the meaning of the iconic quote. Jump for joy. When Thomas Jefferson drafted the Declaration in the summer of 1776, he almost certainly wasn't thinking of the joyful emotional state when listing happiness as a right. As political science professors James R. Rogers explained in First Things, at the time happiness could also mean prosperity and well-being in the broader sense. This sense encompassed physical needs, but also included a significant moral and religious dimension. So how do you know which definition Jefferson was using? The founding father based the Declaration on similar contemporary political documents, many of which used happiness to mean the physical and spiritual well-being of all citizens rather than individuals' fleeting pleasure. For instance, the Virginia Declaration of Rights, written mainly by George Mason and adopted on June 12, 1776, speaks of the enjoyment of life and liberty with the means of acquiring and possessing property and pursuing and obtaining happiness and safety. This broader meaning of happiness is even clearer in later documents. The Massachusetts Constitution of 1780s notes that the happiness of a people and the good order and preservation of civil government essentially depend upon piety, religion, and morality. Similarly, the Northwest Ordinance of 1787 declares that religion, morality, and knowledge are necessary to good government and the happiness of mankind. The misunderstanding over what happiness means in this context isn't just a modern problem. In 1776, letter to James Monroe, James Madison complained that the ultimate happiness is often misinterpreted as the immediate augmentation of property and wealth. If the latter definition were accurate, he surmised that it would be the interest of the majority in every community to despoil and enslave the minority of individuals, and in a federal community to make a similar sacrifice of the minority of the component states. In hot pursuit, there's a reason why it's merely the pursuit of happiness that's a right rather than happiness itself. In 1964 article published by the William and Mary Quarterly, historian Arthur Schlesinger pointed out that while pursuit could mean chase or follow, when Jefferson was putting quill pen to paper, he was likely thinking of a different definition: the action of following or engaging in something as a profession, business, recreation, etc. This meaning of pursuit is synonymous with practice and experience, so in Schlesinger's words, the Declaration of Independence actually proclaimed the practicing rather than the quest of happiness as a basic right, equally with life and liberty. The Virginia Declaration of Rights is again helpful in illustrating this thanks to its statement about not only pursuing happiness but also obtaining it. Based on this reading, the pursuit of happiness doesn't mean chasing whatever your heart desires. Rather, it's about engaging in activities which support overall physical, mental, and moral well-being. The origin of the phrase, "Well, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness," may feel like a distinctively American phrase. The founding fathers were actually inspired by an English philosopher. The idea traces its roots to John Locke's two treatises. Is it treaties? No, treatises.
No,
of
I think it's treaties.
Treaties.
Mm-hmm.
There would be an E if it was. Anyways, treatises of government, which states that mankind has a natural right to preserve his property, that is, his life, liberty, and estate. Jefferson replaced estate with pursuit of happiness, but those words were also pulled from Locke in an essay concerning human understanding. The philosopher argues that the foundation of liberty lies in a careful and constant pursuit of true and solid happiness. Although the Declaration's phrasing echoes Locke, this deeper conception of happiness dates back to at least ancient Greece. Greek philosophers, particularly Aristotle, contemplated eudaimonia, which is sometimes translated as happiness, but more accurately means human flourishing or living well. The Declaration's pursuit of happiness essentially repackaged the Greek concept of eudaimonia for American colonists in the 18th century. In an interview with Emory, theology professor Brent Schron summarized that the phrase isn't concerned with momentary pleasurable sensations. "I'm happy the sun came out this afternoon," but with deep and extended qualities of life. The happiness one feels to be cancer-free, for instance. That is a big fucking happiness. When you finally beat like a terminal illness like that.
I mean, that's how I kind of interpreted the phrase from the beginning. Like,
Pursuit of happiness.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not really gonna be happy all the time.
Like having the right to go through life and make your own choices to set up your life in a certain way that you'll be happy with.
I can agree with that.
Or no, well, not that you will be happy with. You're constantly doing that. You'll never get there. You'll never get there.
Well,
but
that's a
you're
whole
doing,
different line of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going beyond. But
Well, no, that's what they're saying. It's just the right of like living the life the way you would
well,
make
trying
you
to
happy.
get there, and
Trying to
maybe
get there, yeah.
eventually you're gonna maybe get there. Or
Yeah.
not, whether
It's
or
the
not in
pursuit.
your eyes.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
pursuit.
You have the
Doesn't
right to
mean
pursue
you
that.
have to
So
have-
if you get happiness, if you do something and you get immediate happiness, it's saying it.
Well, that's not what they're referring to with this by saying the pursuit of happiness.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I thought it was interesting because we bastardized the shit out of everything just to push our own little narrative on life, right? So, which in reality, the meaning is not that. The meaning was completely different. But we interpreted the way we fucking wanted to make our opinions or ideas sound smarter or better, like this is a given right? But it's really not.
I want to wrap it up here.
Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back on Thursday. Shout out to our official sponsors, the UFC Gym Largo and now St. Pete as well, and the Vitality Recovery and Wellness Center, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. We'd love the comment and engagement. Appreciate anyone in the chat. Thank you, guys.